So now that we are well into 2023, Xbox is delivering with some awesome Game Pass games this February. I'm Sonny, your host at Xbox Central, and we're going to start this off with Madden NFL 23. And what's awesome compared to previous generations of Madden, this newest 23 brings new refined passing controls, the defense is a lot smarter than before, and overall improved gameplay across the board. Not only that, but the face of the franchise also comes with a brand new story that has you on a 1-year prove-it deal to see if you can make it into the league and then eventually become a Hall of Famer. Another cool aspect is the franchise mode has even also gotten more in-depth. It has more refined scouting, better staff management, and even strategies that you can put forth in-game to really get the edge on your opponent. For me, this Madden has been better than the previous ones, and the awesome part is it will be available via Game Pass soon on consoles and PC. So SD Gundam Battle Alliance is an action RPG title all about smashing your enemies in mech suits. Now, the game does feature a story, but I'm gonna be honest, it's not that great. What really shines here is the gameplay and really the core mechanics in the gameplay loop. You'll be taking on missions to essentially acquire items that help you power up new mech suits, and those mech suits are gonna be huge because they bring a variety of different flavors to your combat and gameplay, which I have to say the game is extremely fast-paced and it has you triggering combos left and right. You'll be doing a lot of dodging, and the enemies in general will keep you on your toes, and the boss fights are some of the most fun that you can experience, and they do get pretty chaotic and fun. Expect to see SD Gundam Alliance on the cloud, consoles, and PC on February 9th. So I've personally been a huge fan of the Mount & Blade series, dating all the way back to the original, and quite frankly guys, the newest entry in Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord brings really a lot of the same formula from the previous games, but like in a more modern package. Put it simply, this is a medieval sandbox where you can do almost anything you want. You want to fight for a king and recruit soldiers to your own personal army, you can do that. You want to become a king yourself and take over everyone, well, you can certainly strive for that as you consistently just build up your arsenal, your skills, and your massive troops to do so. And all the while, you're actually trying to make alliances with different factions, but more than likely, you're going to make a lot of enemies as well. Another cool aspect of this game is you can marry if you want to do that as well. The combat in this game is overly simple though, and almost think about the old Morrowind style of gameplay. You'll swing and you'll block, and essentially you're trying not to die in the middle of these like massive battlefield fights. Quite frankly, despite being so simple as in the combat, it's actually really addicting because if you die, your troops struggle to win without your leadership, so an aspect of trying to be alive and be effective is going to be key. Another aspect is how you can take down full-on castles yourself. I mean, this game can keep you hooked for hours on end, and I'm so glad a lot of you are going to get to experience one of my favorite franchises of the past 10 years, especially for console players. This will also hit the cloud and PC, and it lands on February 14th. Now, City Skylines is a heck of a city builder that released almost 8 years ago, and to this day, it's still getting pretty big updates. This game is played by thousands of people daily. It's a game where you can really let your imagination fly as you play a mayor tasked with building a city as grand or as small as you want it to be. And as you continue to build your city over time, more and more critical options become available that let you expand the cities that you create. The game is a sandbox through and through, and if you just love to build, even if you don't have creativity like me, and I have none, when you make the cities, they can be a complete and utter mess like the ones I create. It's still really fun to see the citizens interact with what you do and what you create and how it all comes together. It's really a magical game, and I'm super excited to see this on Game Pass as it hits Xbox Series X plus the cloud. Oh man, baby, we are finally coming in. We're closing in on the game I just can't wait any longer for. Atomic Heart is a game set in a utopian sci-fi setting where the entire world has been completely overrun by insane, scary looking robots. As always, as the hero, your objective is to find the secrets behind what's gone wrong, but let's be real, the combat, the gameplay is just what shines from all the trailers and all the gameplay snippets we've seen. It has this beautiful mix of action combat mixed with like this beautiful visuals all over the place, and while this game is extremely fast paced, it just looks intense as well. There's also going to be a bit of exploring. You'll be able to upgrade your gear, and there is some crafting, but I'd even say the story to me just looks pretty insane, and I'm all for it. For those who might not know, Atomic Heart, from what I understand, is already available to preload, so keep that in mind if you guys are interested, as this is going to be available on the consoles, PC, and the cloud Cloud on February 21st. Shadow Warrior 3 is a story about a character you play called Lo Wang, whose mission in this third game is to fight off an ancient dragon. Now, this game isn't going to be winning awards for its story-based presentation, but what will stand out is the absolutely visceral combat, a mixture of first-person combat with a bit of platforming and shooting and slicing demons away, and you do kind of get that Doom Eternal vibe with this one, but that's not a bad thing. I'm personally a huge fan of this type of gameplay. Now, what's new with Shadow Warrior 3 Definitive Edition is an update with an all-new survival mode that gives you even more hours of game to enjoy. If you guys are a fan of fast-paced action combat, a little platforming, and just a little mindless killing of demons, I think Shadow Warrior will be a good one as it drops on consoles, cloud, and PC on February 16th. With that, I want to give you guys a heads up on some games coming in March and beyond. We do have the newest MLB The Show 23 dropping on March 28th. It's going to feature a new storyline where you follow legends like Jackie Robinson and Satchel Paige. So far outside of that, we're kind of still looking for more details, but the awesome part about this is that this game will be available on Game Pass, and me personally, I'm a big fan of this franchise, and it's always been quality every single year. Then sometime in March, the game Way to the Woods will come. It's a title about a deer and a fawn who are on a journey to return home. It looks like a pretty neat indie title with a heartwarming story, and one that I gotta say, it looks decent. And finally, we did get a release date for a game I'm anticipating personally in The Last Case of Benedict Fox. This is coming April 27th. This is an upcoming Metroidvania, and it might be one of the better ones to release this year as you play a detective who can read the minds of the recently deceased. It's an intriguing story, and I'm really excited to see it soon. Keep in mind as well, guys, we have Minecraft Legends. This is also hitting April, and this is starting to look really good. I'm really excited for this one. And then on May 2nd, we have one of the biggest Xbox releases in Redfall. So just within the next 2 months, we have some heavy hitters coming to Game Pass. And finally, guys, the last game that I want to go ahead and just remind you, this released yesterday, Hot Wheels Unleashed dropped. This is an amazing arcade racer, one that I absolutely recommend for all the family. You have a ton of cars that you can just go ahead and unlock, tons of tracks to play through, and some awesome split screen and awesome online 12-player, 12-car races. This is a great game. Make sure you play this one as well. And with that, guys, the following games are going to be leaving Game Pass on February 15th. As always, you have a 20% discount. So if you guys want to purchase these games before they leave, go ahead and do so. I'm going to go ahead and leave those games up on the screen. Also, guys, if you guys want a robust list of the best Xbox Game Pass games coming this year in 2023, and let me tell you guys, we got some heavy hitters. You're going to want to check out the games on the screen.